Hello guys and welcome to today's tropical update, and in this video we're going to take a look at what we have here on the National Hurricane Center page along with the SST anomalies, and at the very end we are going to be taking a look at the Noaa 2024 Atlantic Hurricane Season forecast, which just came out about 2 days ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago at this point. Anyways, we are here on the National Hurricane Center page and we have an area of disturbed weather 1 here. um, it has a low chance on both 2 day and 7 day at 10%. I'm not really too concerned with this forming into anything at all. um, despite them saying it has a slight chance of gaining subtropical or tropical development, and the conditions are just not there for this to happen, and it's mostly going to be frontal in nature anyways. So yeah, this is just telling you we're like 7 days away from the start of the hurricane season. Like legit 8 days actually. My bad. So with that being said, we're gonna take a look at the coral reef sea surface temperatures here, and we're gonna take a look at the full view here, and you can clearly see where the Atlantic is scorching hot here with this horseshoe right here, going all the way from the Canadian borders here, shooting down through the Canary Currents, and all the way back down into the Caribbean. It is scorching hot. But this was one of the things I was worried about just slightly here, and that is the subtropics are starting to warm up pretty nicely now. They're rapidly warming here. So we're gonna see how well this sticks going forward. But from my experiences, this normally sticks around or gets even hotter going, you know, through June, July, August. It normally peaks around August, from what I've seen. But we're gonna have to see just how hot that is compared to the MDR here, on whether these two areas are going to be fighting for instability going towards the peak. So that's something you got to watch for going forward. Something else you got to be watching for too is right here in the Pacific here. You can see that the blues are really starting to take over now. You got this cold pool here going from California down to Hawaii. You got this cold pool here from southern South America going all the way up this way. That is your northern uh, PMM and southern PMM that are starting to cool pretty rapidly here. And you can see the pretty cool negative PDO as well, the negative PDO at that. So those are there's 2 or 3 very important factors going forward on how the season is going to play out. It takes more than whatever you see in the Atlantic here. It's a mixture of what goes on in the Eastern Pacific, or the Pacific as a whole, and the North Atlantic, and then you got this blue here, right here at the equator here, and that is the budding La Nina that is trying to take shape here. And quite honestly, this La Nina, this coming La Nina is coming on pretty quickly at this point. It's only going to be a matter of time before the rest of those warm waters upwells cooler waters, and then we're going to be off to the races when that's all said and done. All right. So just how warm are our anomalies here, and or cool for that matter? For the Enzo 3.4 region, we're looking at a value of 0.170, and as you can see here, we've been just on a roller coaster up and mostly down. The trend is down, but it's been kind of like a roller coaster, ups and downs, right? And right now we're sitting right here. Another very important place here is the Nino 1+2 region, and this one is sitting at negative 0.855. And what this does here, this Nino 1+2 region, this actually has a better correlation to Caribbean shear than it does for the Western part of the Enzo, or the central part of the Enzo. And the cooler it is, the less shear we're probably going to have. The higher it is, the more shear you're probably going to have. So that's how that works. All right. Here is the Atlantic MDR here. And it's been going through ups and downs as well here. Sometimes we're peaking at 1.38, and then almost 1.4 here. Normally, you know, we just see peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. But normally, the peak has been around 1.25 and 1.3. The like the flat line, if you will, the average. But right now, as you can see, we are starting to go down again. And that is because we have a high ridge here, as you can see on the GFS here. And this is pumping in the easterly trades here. And that's what's cooling the waters down. Also, one thing to note, sail is messing with the instruments as well. And it's making it go down quickly more than it seems, right? Like, I can definitely see some cooling, but not like this. That just seems unrealistic in my opinion. At least for the cooling aspect of it. I mean, unless the trades are like really strong, then something like this. I think maybe a tad bit slower with the cooling than this, in my opinion. I think the sail is messing with the instruments a little bit, and not really showing the rate of cooling or warming as it should. But honestly, with it going down that quickly, regardless, it's still at plus 1.358. Like we're way up there when it comes to temperatures. We peaked at plus 1.85 here, and that is pretty darn hot. So, with that being said, we're going to take a look at the NOAA's forecast here, and we're going to break it down a little bit. So, what are we looking at here? We are looking at the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season outlook from NOAA themselves. We're looking at 10% at near normal season, 5% of below normal season. But then you look at this orange. That, that's 85% of an above average season there. And these numbers are, they're up there. We're looking at 17 to 25 named storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, and 4 to 7 major hurricanes. This is one of their most aggressive, if not the most aggressive forecast they have had in terms of the named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes. But it is not the most aggressive when it comes to ACE. And that privilege goes to 2010, and we know how that turned out. Well, what we're looking for here is 145%, or I think, no, 150% to 245% above the long-term average when it comes to ACE. That's 194 ACE to 316 ACE. Yeah, that's up there. It's probably gonna be a long season. I'm gonna be here for it to give you guys the information, whether it be here on a YouTube video or on Twitter. I'm still not gonna call it X. It's still Twitter. Anyways, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll probably be back again Monday. Yeah, Monday is gonna be the next video. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.